Okay, so imagine the sound of heavy, relentless rain. For most of us, a sudden downpour is just, well, a minor inconvenience. Grab an umbrella and you're good. But in the world of Shaidai, a storm is never just a storm. It's a literal trigger that rips open the past. Let's dive right into this explainer and unpack the absolutely intense premiere of Episode 1. That day, I lost everything in the rain. I said goodbye to all my relationships. Man, those are some heavy words. And behind them is Ali Khan, a wildly successful tycoon who is, frankly, deeply haunted. Every single time the sky opens up, he's thrown right back to the darkest night of his life. The night his parents stepped out into a fierce storm and just never came back. That trauma? It's basically built an impenetrable fortress around him, leaving him completely isolated at the very top of his empire.
Section 1. The storm begins.
So, we've got this brooding billionaire trapped inside by his memories. But out there, navigating the exact same stormy night, a totally different story is unfolding. While Ali Khan battles the ghosts of his past inside his sprawling, luxurious home, we meet Miral. She's this fiercely independent young woman who is literally battling the flooded streets of Karachi on her scooter. She is completely unfiltered and unapologetic. We're looking at two vastly different worlds here, totally separated by class and circumstance, navigating the exact same storm, and honestly, you just know these two worlds are on a massive collision course.
Section 2. Miral defies the norms.
We find out exactly who Miral is right out of the gate. She's literally stops her scooter in the pouring rain just to give a stranger a ride out of pure kindness. But here's the kicker. That stranger is Aunt Tabinda, a super traditional matchmaker. And how does she repay this kindness? By loudly complaining about modern girls riding around at night, blaming independent women for all of society's problems, and, get this, openly judging Miral's character right behind her back. It's such a brilliant, tense little parallel. And then, oh man, we get this epic payoff. Miral asks Tabinda where she's heading. Tabinda casually names the address, the parents' names, and the girl she's going to evaluate for a marriage proposal. And you can see it click for Miral. Tabinda is talking about her. So what does she do? Miral stops the scooter, looks right at Tabinda, and delivers this absolute killer of a line. "You're the reason why I've been out in this rain? Well, you've met me. I hope you liked what you saw." And she just promptly kicks the matchmaker off her scooter right there in the middle of the rain. I mean, talk about an unforgettable introduction. This whole scene just brilliantly illustrates Miral's true goal. Because she isn't just rebellious for the sake of being rebellious, right? She is incredibly ambitious. We learn she's leaving her comfortable teaching job because she flat out refuses to let her identity be controlled by anyone else. She even warns her students not to let success become a cage. She is aiming for the absolute top, seeking that high-level corporate presence, the kind with serious protocol and real power.
Section 3. Ali Khan, the lonely tycoon.
Let's pivot back to our other protagonist. Ali Khan isn't just rich. The guy's life is a relentless, well-oiled machine. 10 a.m., he's at the factory dyeing department. 11 a.m., marketing team planning. 12 p.m., finance budget. He is constantly balancing this massive empire, dealing with foreign delegations and holding absolute power.
But then we get this jarring incident that shows us the real man beneath all that money. A desperate father literally steps right in front of Ali's moving car. Why? For a mere 10,000 rupees. Now, instead of pressing charges or getting angry, Ali does something surprising. He arranges the man's medical treatment on the spot and then dictates that his company will fully fund the education and the eventual weddings of the man's 3 daughters. Just like that.
Yet despite being a savior to total strangers and having an entire empire at his fingertips, Ali is hollow inside. He sits down with his grandmother, his Dadijan, and confesses this incredibly sad truth. Even with all this comfort, there's a strange loneliness, like there's a knot inside me that needs to be untangled. He has literally everything a person could ever want, yet he feels completely empty. He's surrounded by people constantly, but he just can't untangle that knot inside his own chest.
Section 4. A question of character.
Okay, before we hit the climax of the episode, this story brings up some pretty heavy societal themes, and I actually want to throw a question back to you. Was Miral justified in kicking Aunt Tabinda off the scooter and leaving her in the pouring rain? Or, given the cultural expectations of respect for elders, should she have just bitten her tongue and driven her home silently? Let us know what you think of this clash between old-school norms and modern independence.
Section 5. Shadows and Betrayals.
All right, let's ramp the energy way up because the corporate warfare in this episode is about to explode. Ali's enemies strike, and they strike fast. Step 1, the factory workforce suddenly goes on strike out of nowhere. Step 2, vicious rumors start spreading about Fatima Enterprises, which is a charity deeply personal to Ali because it's named after his late mother. And Step 3, call records expose that his trusted employee, Mr. Javed, has been secretly communicating with the enemy this whole time.
Now, Ali is absolutely ruthless when he's backed into a corner. He literally crashes his rival Aziz's meeting, sees right through his cowardly little peace offerings, and drops this intensely chilling warning. In war, no one cares about family. He proves right then and there that he is definitely not someone to be trifled with.
So the crucial point here is this. Ali is completely done playing games. He is declaring all-out war on these cowards who are striking his mother's charity from the shadows. He gives a final ultimatum, demanding that if they want to fight him, they need to do it face to face. And this perfectly sets the stage for what's going to be a massive, destructive corporate battle in the coming episodes.
Section 6. What happens next?
Seriously, what an incredibly packed premiere. We are left with some massive cliffhangers here. Is Miral's drive going to land her a job at the Khan group of companies? How on earth will her mother react to that matchmaker disaster? And what is Ali Khan's explosive next move against his rivals going to be? Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss a thing, and you'll be all set for our Episode 2 explainer. See you next time.